welcome back to my channel. It's lovely to see you here. To Junior from Courts and Brenda and her lovely husband, I hope you have a great time. The house is finished. As you can see, the garden is not enclosed. Do you remember the horses trampling through whenever they felt like it? My sister is now back from the UK, determined to put up some kind of fencing around the two properties, hers and mine. It's a mammoth task and it'll cost a king's ransom, but she said she'll fund it and I'll pay her back when the rental starts making money. We've had the posts put in and we've painted them black with an oil-based paint. I'll take you on a quick look around the perimeter. We've had 52 poles put in, and the way it works here, they charge by the pole for it to be dug and then set in. We chose to paint it to keep the cost down. Fencing, we settled on doing slats, 1x2s. Here's an inspo. This is kind of what we're going for. Here's my sister, hard at work. She's been away for 8 months, so it's great to have company. We're just touching up the black paint and then we're going to get started. This was not as easy as I thought. It was difficult initially to get that starting row correct in terms of lining it up, because if that's off, it'll throw everything else off. So we spent ages messing about with it, using the level and so on to make sure it was spot on. The neighbours were probably wondering what the heck we're doing, those two mad English women. But if you can do it yourself, then do it yourself. Once we got the level right, we just sanded down that first one. At this stage, we didn't have a rhythm, a method of doing this efficiently, so we're learning as we go. Once we got the first row in, we cut, sanded, stained the next lot and then installed them. Again, not efficiently at this stage. Soon came to realise that this was a massive, and I mean massive, undertaking. We bought different lengths of wood because my sister's very good at the spatial awareness, so we were able to measure out. Once we measured them all out, approximate, so for example, 16 feet, it may just be short of 16 feet, so we had to cut the excess off and then do 29 of those to fit in that panel. And then we had to cut the 14s, so none of them were exactly 16 or 18 or 12s. And an added frustration, the wood wasn't cut correctly. It's supposed to be 1x2s. Some of them came in at 1.5, 1 3/4. Some started off at 2 inches, and that one strip of wood went down to 1.5. So I'm not quite sure what was happening there. So it made the job even more difficult and more time consuming. So you can imagine that the amount of work that took. And then sanding them and staining them, waiting for them to dry and installing. So in the end, we ended up doing a simpler version of this once we got into a routine. Oh, and we use spacers to separate out each of the planks, so we've got a nice even space between them. Another challenge, and it was a big one, was down the sides because the land slopes downwards. And my sister, again, if she wasn't here, I don't think I'd been able to work this out. She was able to figure out that we need to step each plank down if necessary, and then how to connect it so you've got a nice long run of plank. So it's complicated. Well, I thought it was complicated, but she was able to work that out. So once we got the top row in, we were able to then go on with the larger planks of wood, the 16 and the 18. There were the usual problems. Occasionally the wood split, so we just take them off and replace it. If you noticed, the post is not tall enough for the plank of wood, and we don't want to step it down anymore. So we're going to have to come up with a solution to heighten the post in order for the plank to be connected. We've been working on this for 3 weeks, at least 4 hours a day, at the very least, and it's coming on. What we've decided to do is not go all the way down yet, but to get the perimeter enclosed as much as we can, because I'm heading off to the UK for a bit. So we're plodding on, and we've started working down the side. And for us, that's a massive accomplishment, because it's quite a challenge doing this fencing. It sure is. We've had a setback. The wood supplier is unable to give us wood because their machine for cutting is broken. So everything stops for now. But man, this will give me time to tidy up the garden and to set in some new flower beds. But here's what it looks like. It all needs to be stained, of course, but I think it looks gorgeous. What do you guys think? Until next time, bye.